Hello and welcome to the 1991 Peter Jackson Supercross Masters. This is round one, held at Penrith Park in Sydney's West on January 1. What a New Year's Day it should be. Craig Dack, Glenn Bell and all the Aussies going up against the best that Uncle Sam has got to offer. Eric Kehoe on picture now, along with fast Eddie Warren. This, as I said, is brought to you by Peter Jackson. It's a Carrick video production. My name's Andy Raymond. We'll go down trackside for a few of the quick introductions. Eric, first of all, welcome here. What are your first impressions?
Well, the track's really good. I like the weather. It's not just impression, but I think I got sick when I was playing right over, so I'm feeling a little bit under the weather.
You had the taste of the Aussie guys over in Sacramento late last year. What were your impressions and what are you expecting of them tonight?
Well, there's some really fast riders from Australia, and it was a hard race up there in Sacramento, and I'm expecting some real good racing tonight.
Okay, Eric Kehoe, number one. Guy very familiar to our shores, fast Eddie Warren. And I don't have to ask you what you think about shores, but what do you think is going to happen tonight?
Well, Andrew, Trevor Brooks has built a really good track tonight. They tried really hard to get some good dirt tracks and better than I thought it would. And I think the crowd's going to be in for a really long, spectacular show.
It's a real fast track, but also there's a lot of high-flying jumps. It's going to be pretty spectacular as well as quick.
Yeah, I think we're going to look like a bunch of kangaroos out there. Just going to be up and down all the time, but that's what people like. So you cheer and all the course.
Really needed that.
Eddie Warren, good luck. And finally, folks, here he is, the current Supercross Masters champion, Mr. Craig Dack. Happy New Year. Thanks already. Mate, you had a great season last year. You're fair to say that you dominated Supercross and motocross over here. Can it get better?
Well, no, I did better on the other aspect of riding and performance-wise than this, so I'm always trying to get there, so I'm trying to improve my results from this year and go on to it.
The two boys we just spoke to, the Americans, are going to be hard to beat out there tonight.
Well, it's a very, the track so far, everybody's jumping the same sort of jump, so actually times in this practice session are all fairly close, so I think any one of 10 guys can win tonight. I think it's going to be a real close race, no one's going to break away, and I think the smart side is they'll win.
Okay, this is Heat 1 of the Peter Jackson Supercross Masters. 5 laps around a very tough and torturous Penrith Park Supercross circuit. Dean Burt, Eddie Warren, Stephen Maguire, Stan Bergen, and the rest of the pack. And Warren on the Kawasaki is first out of the gates, down over the stutter jumps, front wheel high in the air. Stan Bergen up there in the middle of the pack, along with Bradley Purcell on bike number 48. It is the expatriate American, Eddie Warren, going on to the middle section of the track. As I mentioned, a very, very difficult track, a bit of everything. A few of the high-flying jumps, a lot of the stutters, tight corners, fast corners, you name it, we've got it here at Penrith Park, usually the home of the Penrith Panthers rugby league team. But tonight, transferred to a track and is absolutely sensational. Eddie Warren leads them. On the Kawasaki, there's Bergen on 13 and Dean Burt on bike number 10. Battling for second and third position, bike number 7 also in there. Stephen Maguire on the Suzuki. 3 young blokes doing battle here, as I guess you could call a veteran. Eddie Warren leads them out. Here's the battle for second I alluded to. Burt, Bergen and Maguire. Not much between them as they go down over the stutters. It looks like Maguire's trying the inside line, too far away to have any penetration that time round. Warren skipped clear of these 3, but the battle still remains. 4 laps to go. The first 16 place getters will go straight through to the semi-finals, and the remainder will go through to event number 13, the Peter Jackson Supercross Masters non-qualifier. Dean Burt repassing Stan Bergen. Bergen goes on the inside. Maguire has a bit of a look, and Dean Burt in the background of your picture there, way out of contention, something wrong with the bike. So Maguire's up to third, Bergen's into second, and there he is, the race leader, fast Eddie Warren. They call him the Motown Magician. from Michigan in the United States, now living in Sydney's West. Not too far from the Penrith circuit either, at Glenora. There's Bergen and Maguire has been going helter-skelter of recently, and here he goes on the inside of Bergen, that time not quite. Certainly a very physical battle. This one's shaping up to be. Maguire having another lunge round the outside. Big rooster tail from the young Victorian. Trying to catch Stan Bergen. Bergen slipping a gear and falling off the pegs there momentarily. Unfortunately, Maguire could not capitalise on that. They keep getting closer, coming up towards the Peter Jackson tabletop. That they do with 1 lap remaining. Can Stephen Maguire hold out his challenge with Stan Bergen? There's the race leader, Eddie Warren, and he's done it nicely. There's the gap back to Bergen and Maguire. Maguire sneaking through on the outside. Bergen cuts him off beautifully on the inside to remain in second position. This is where the action is. Warren has it all sewn up out front. Maguire and Bergen almost a carbon copy of the 2 previous laps. There's Fast Eddie taking things nice and easy. He's the race winner. Nice and stylish across the line. One for the fans is already. Stan Bergen, it looks like, is going to hold on for second position in front of number 7 on the Suzuki, Stephen Maguire. Bad luck there for Dean Bird on bike number 10, but the official placings are Warren, Bergen and Maguire. Next up on the line is the 125cc Heat 1 of the A, B and C graders. Quite a classy field again. The young wild child, Kim Ashkenazi, Stewie Bennett also in there. Lee Morris, Brad Woodison. Racing this time round, and it was the wild child on the Suzuki, Ashkenazi. He's in there, but it is Stu Bennett. Bike number 27, a former champion in his own right, I guess you could say, on bike number 27. Out there leading at the moment, Ashkenazi on 52. Bike number 51, Brendan Sheridan. Lee Morris is in there on 57. And bike number 29, Brad Woodison, making a challenge for the top position. Quite a nice crowd starting to build up here, only early. At Penrith Park, you can see the grandstand near full capacity. That's the main new grandstand. The old grandstand already full. That was full at about 6:30. Still only light and still a few hangovers here on January 1. The racing, though, has been sensational already. Practice times were very quick. Speaking of quick, here comes Ashkenazi, bike number 52, only 16 years of age. And what a future in front of him for the young guy they call the wild child. Left foot out, nice rooster tail coming back down the main straightaway, up over the Peter Jackson tabletop. Bike number 49, Glenn McDonald, also in there. Woodison and Bennett. Beautiful move by Bennett there, cutting in on the inside of Woodison. So it is Suzuki 1, 2 and 3 with Ashkenazi, Bennett and Woodison all aboard their RM125s. One rider down, looking quite disorientated, and it is Glenn McDonald, racing for K&J Thomas, of course, aboard the Suzuki. Meantime, there is the race leader, Ashkenazi. Plenty of style, plenty of maturity for only a young rider. Gained quite a bit of experience in the United States late last year, and undoubtedly should go on to do bigger and better things. Susceptible perhaps to a collarbone injury. Should all come with time as he matures, not only mentally but physically. He will build up. And Ashkenazi is certainly one of the riders, one of the elite riders in Australian motocross and supercross going into the 1990s. 1 lap to go for the wild child. Puts the back wheel out nicely. Second position, a decent way back, should be Stewie Bennett on bike number 27. Cool, Ashkenazi getting a little bit out of shape over the stutter jumps down there at the end of the back straightaway. like a giant M, this track is, I guess it'd be fair to say, as Ashkenazi goes down towards the south end of the ground into the left-hander coming up, and this will be the checkered flag for heat number 1 of the 125s to Kim Ashkenazi. 1 foot over the finish line, and a very great win, and a guy like Ashkenazi likes a win under his belt early in the night and certainly will go on to do bigger and better things. No-hander there from sensational Stewie Bennett, bike number 27 coming across the line in second position, and Brad Woodison, 29, crossing the line for third, with Lee Morris on 57 coming in a very, very handy fourth position. That was bike number 65. Danny Nappick decided to have a little rest on the stutters. Let's go into heat number 2 of the 250s. Again, 5 laps, and this is the Dak attack. Craig Dak, bike number 1. Ben Parise on 14, and Kirkman, they're the ones to watch. And look at Parise, he is whole shot at this one. Sensational stuff going down the back straightaway, leaving guys like Britton, Bennett, Kirkman and Dak all in his wake. Ashkenazi is backing up in this one again. There's Ashkenazi. There is the race leader, bike number 14, Mark Kirkman. Mark Kirkman. Beautiful stuff there. Parise right in there in second. Ashkenazi on the outside in third. Craig Dak, Dale Britton, and also Jamie Cunningham on bike number 20 up there battling with the best. There's the Dak attack. Craig Dak sporting the number 1 plate. Was last year's Supercross Masters winner and has it all to do this year. This certainly will be the pressure year for Craig Dak, trying to hold on and retain and live up to the standard he set himself last year as he goes past Britton. Parise should be his next victim, and Dak over the stutter jumps is nothing short of sensational. That gives Kim Ashkenazi a thank you very much and keep out of my way as he moves through into third position. There's the race leader, Mark Kirkman. Parise is still in second, Dak in third, Ashkenazi and Britton. Dak getting a little bit out of shape there over the stutter jumps, usually very, very good over the stutters. Looks for an inside gap on Parise, a lot of bar banging there, and it is Dak that comes out the best of that one. Beg my pardon, Ashkenazi has come from fourth position to second in one foul swoop. Dak stays in third. Parise moves into third. Now Dak swaps back on the inside and reclaims what position he thinks is rightfully his. And Dale Britton again moves up into fourth. And Ben Parise, who suffered the worst for wears out of that one, relegated to fifth. Now Dak and Britton battling for third place. There is more chopping and changing in here than I've seen in a while. A great Supercross race. Keep in mind, this is only one of the heats. As we get down to the business end of the night, I'm sure you're going to see a lot more bar banging with 1 lap remaining. Kirkman has run away with this. He's got a huge lead. Dak, Ashkenazi, Britton and Parise all still battling in there for some of the minor placings. There's Craig Dak. Bike number 1 just picked up the sponsorship of the Peter Jackson team. So no longer will Craig be riding for the Marlboro dealer team. It'll be Peter Jackson in 1991, as will the Supercross Masters. Dak moves up into second position as Kirkman takes the checker. Dak second, Ashkenazi third, Britton fourth, Parise, Bennett and Cunningham, and the huge crowd here at Penrith putting their hands together. They appreciated some sensational racing. This is event number 4 on the program, heat 2 of the 125s. Nigel Arnold on bike 26 was the first to get away there. Paulie Timmins on 18, Greg Timmins at 45, and Davey Mann on 44 were all very quick out of the gate. Eddie Warren a late scratching from this one. all 125s that you can poke a stick at here at Penrith Park. A beautiful layout here, complemented by some sensational racing. There's the big Peter Jackson tabletop. Some of the 125s getting more air than perhaps they wish for. There's Nigel Arnold doing the big triple down the back straightaway, coming on in leaps and bounds as Arnold's career. Hasn't been in the seniors for too long, but certainly making a name for himself aboard the CR. Tight racing here on the a very tight section of the track. Just they come in, one rider down, it looks like Jason Bukowski on bike number 28, and that it is for the CR, back up and running without losing more than 2 or 3 positions on the racing track. So well done, Nigel Arnold, still in there in second position on bike 28. Sorry, Arnold leading the race. Pardon my ignorance on that one. The Timmins boys, Paul and Greg, also in there, as is David Mann and 119, Enos Razidovic. Berm starting to fall away there slightly as Arnold heads down towards the stutter jumps. There's Greg Timmins in frame now, 45. And Paul Timmins on 18, but there is the race leader, Nigel Arnold, bike number 26. All the bikes evenly spread over this Penrith layout at the moment, and it was Greg Timmins getting plenty of air and plenty crossed up as he went over the Supercross Masters tabletop. We'll try and keep an eye on him as the night goes on. There they are, Timmins and Timmins. Paul has the advantage on Greg at the moment. Nigel Arnold, bike number 26 though, is in a class all of his own. One rider down, up track a little bit, but as I was saying, in this heat Arnold is in a class of his own. 1 lap to go, perhaps letting off the gas a little bit. He knows he's got this one wrapped up and he knows there's nothing he should be doing stupid. Take it nice and easy, have a look at the track, see if you can find any different quicker lines out there. Has a bit of a look round as Nigel Arnold, one of the other riders, one of the many riders here at Penrith that have come up from the very junior ranks. When I say very junior ranks, we're talking 9-10 years of age. It's when Arnold first started competing. Coming up to collect the checkered flag, and it is Nigel Arnold on 26. Putting the back wheel out to the right towards the crowd. Bike number 18, Paul Timmins, Greg Timmins on 45, and 44, David Mann, will round out the top 4 in that event number 4, heat number 2 of the 125s. Next up is heat number 3 of the Peter Jackson Supercross Masters. 5 laps, again the duration, event number 5 on your rostered program. Eric Kehoe, Troy Doran, Glenn Bell, Bill Sargent, Steve Hunter. They're the ones to watch as they go in, and it is the earthquake, the man from the United States of America, Eric Kehoe. 1 rider down, perhaps possibly 2 at the end of the triples. We didn't get that one. We're following the race leaders, and what action there is out front, and it is Kehoe, bike number K aboard the Honda. Out there in the lead, Troy Doran. In there in second position, and Glenn Bell also up there in third. Kehoe, the veteran from the United States, and Doran, nicknamed Troy the Boy, who has been hot here on the Australian Supercross and motocross scene over the last year. He's been moved back to third. The experience of Glenn Bell shows there. Bell on the Honda moves up into second to try and challenge Kehoe. But as I was saying about Doran, one of the many young superstars on the circuit at the moment, took a little while to adjust and climatise to the tighter indoor stadium events, but has come on in leaps and bounds over the last 6 months, proving himself to be a real contender wherever he goes, whatever the track, whoever the competition. And third at the moment, There's Glenn Bell in second on bike number 8. The race leader from the United States of America, the Earthquake they call him, Eric Kehoe, a privateer on the US Camel Supercross circuit, out here with backing from Honda. The traditional number 19 on the back of his jersey, riding on bike K here at Penrith tonight. Promoter Philip Christensen brought out Kehoe to do 2 events here at Penrith Park, and of course the Newcastle Motordrome, which is coming up very soon on January 12. A big calendar for the Supercross Masters this year: January 19 at Fraser Park in Canberra, March 23 at the Wavell Showground in Adelaide, a date to be announced. Hopefully we'll be heading up into the sun in Brisbane at the Boondall Entertainment Centre. July 5 and 6 will be down at the National Tennis Centre in Melbourne. August 24 back over to Adelaide at the newly opened Adelaide Entertainment Centre, and the grand finale August 30 and 31 at the Sydney Entertainment Centre. Spokes Promotions, of course, bringing you all the racing, and Carrick Video for all your videoing needs, bringing you all the action here from Penrith Park. One rider down as Kehoe went past. Shows the experience of the American. Quite easily he could have fallen with one of the slower riders. The experience to drop the left shoulder and stay way out of harm's way as Kehoe takes the win. One-handed. Bell will take second position. A little way back is Troy the Boy Doran. Bike number 6, and Greg Timmins coming in a great 4th position on bike number 45. Phil Sargent, congratulations, 5th position. Coming up now, heat 3 of the 125s. Stan Bergen was one of the quickest out. Mark Kirkman will be in there on bike number 14. Kirkman won his 250cc race earlier on tonight. But is noted as a specialist 125 rider, so he's going to have a good night tonight, I'm quite sure. All the Suzuki Australia team are hoping that Kirkman does shine bright. There he is on bike number 14, up over the tabletop. Bergen in there in second position. Bike number 30, hot on their trail, is Adam Snedden. Rad Ad in there in third position. Matty Yanish also in there, as is Joshua Donald on 23. Unfortunately, a late scratching from the event with Shane Pryor on bike number 43. Shane had an accident in the last practice session and was taken to hospital by ambulance for observation. We certainly hope you're all right, Shane. Here at Carrick Video and the people at Spokes Promotions, along with the riders and the crowd, say hello out there to Shane Pryor, and we hope you're A-OK. There's Stan Bergen, bike number 13, aboard the Yamaha, doing it for Outrider Yamaha. Stan has attended quite a few of the Stephen Gall motocross riding schools in recent years and went from a C grader up to a real contender in only a matter of months. An incredible rise to fame, and Bergen is doing everything right at the moment. Only one rider in front of him, and that of course is Mark Kirkman, looking for a 125 and 250 double here in the heat races at Penrith Park. There you can see just a sample of how big the crowd is here on January 1st. Quite sure there's a few would-be spectators still at home having a few Panadols and cold waters as one rider goes down. The bike is still a revving. That is Rad Ad Snedden on bike number 30, getting a little bit too rad, hey Ad. He came down, he was back up and joining the race again, and didn't lose too many positions because that leading group had pulled out so far from the rest of the pack. 1 lap to go for Mark Kirkman. There he is, the race leader on screen at the moment. Bike number 14, Stan Bergen. Coming on like the clappers, the left foot out speedway style around that very flat, long sweeping turn going down into the max straightaway. They go over the triples down to a left-hander and now the tight section of the track. And this is where experience really pays off, and Kirkman will make the most of what he has under his belt. Stutter jumps, plenty of slower traffic, and you know now why they call him a 125 specialist. On the outside of the stutter jumps, and what a great move that was, showing real confidence, and it will be Mark Kirkman to pull off a 125-250 double in the heats here at Penrith Park. Stan Bergen will take the second. Bike number 23, Josh Donald, taking third. Brad Williscroft, fourth. Bike number 61, Mark Peterson, followed by Adam Snedden, who got himself back up off the turf and finished a brilliant 6th position. Okay, this is it, the first semi-final of the 250cc Masters. Warren, Maguire, Bergen, Bennett, Ashkenazi, Cunningham. Kirkman's in there. And it is Maguire leading them out for the first time down the pack straight away over the triples. Ashkenazi and Bennett, not the best of starts in that one. I'm quite sure they'll agree. One rider down mid-track, I couldn't pick up who that was. But look at Maguire rocketing. Fast Eddie in there in second position. Keep your eye on him. I dare say the challenge will be thrown out to Maguire for that first position a little bit later on in the race. There he is, the race leader, the young Victorian. Another one of the top guns on the Supercrossing circuit. Jamie Cunningham on bike number 20 aboard the Kawasaki. Another guy who has improved out of sight. There's Stan the Man Bergen. Cunningham, Ashkenazi in there. There's Warren, bike E, chasing Maguire on the Suzuki. Big year could be forecast for the Suzukis. Going off from the Suzuki machine has not been up to standard, and I'm not criticising Suzuki Australia in any way, shape or form, but the 1991 RM250 and 125, as Guy Cooper from the United States along with Denny Stevenson will tell you, are absolutely lightning. Perhaps the pick of the crop bike-wise the 1991 season. There's Warren in frame at the moment. Bike E, and he's closing on Maguire. Stephen, get a hurry along because the fast man's right on your backside. Down through the stutter jumps. Warren very good over these. That time around Maguire just as good. So Warren not making any inroads coming up over the Peter Jackson tabletop. And great to see Peter Jackson in here helping the Supercross Masters series for this year, a bigger and better Supercross Masters. Maguire and Warren. Warren on the inside. Maguire ducks back in, thwarted by Warren, and the new race leader from the United States of America is Fast Eddie Warren aboard the KX. The RM of Maguire right in there in second position. He'll be determined to try and get back that leader. Maguire looks exceptionally quick over the stutter jumps and in fact gains a lot of ground over Warren, who perhaps relaxed, or it could have been a momentary lapse in concentration. You can see the sun starting to set on the horizon here at Penrith Park. As the night goes on, we will see a spectacle here at Penrith Park. Maguire and Warren. Maguire right on the outside using as much racing room as possible. And he right on the back of Warren here. Both riders tackling the stutter jumps beautifully. Captain Stutter Jumps was here earlier. That was Eric Kehoe. 1 lap to go. Warren is the race leader, semi-final number 1. The first 10 riders will transfer straight through to tonight's Peter Jackson Supercross Masters final. The remainder will go to event number 14 on the program, the last chance qualifier. 20 laps is the final on this man-made torture track. That will really separate the men from the boys as Warren comes up towards the Peter Jackson tabletop to collect the checkered flag. 1 foot crossed up to take the flag. Maguire will take a brilliant second. Stan Bergen will take third. There's Stewie Bennett and Kim Ashkenazi 4th and 5th respectively, with Jamie Cunningham 6th. 25, 14, 48 and 21 rounding out the top 10 positions, the top 10 qualifiers to go straight through to the final. Next up, chronological order, is semi-final number 2. Getting darker here at Penrith Park. This has got Dak, Bell, Parise, Doran, Britton, Sargent and a cast that want to go fast. And Glenn Bell was the first one to get out of the gates. Craig Dack right in there on the inside, tried to make a lunge for a bit of racing room. Unsuccessful that time round. There's Troy the boy, there's Dack, Parise, Doran and Britton. And Bell streaked away from the field. A noted quick starter is Glenn Bell. You can ask any of the Supercross riders touring the Australian circuit at the moment. Glenn Bell is the guy to beat out of the gates. If you can beat the Master Blaster out of the gates, you've got a good shot for when the checkered flag comes down. One thing you don't want to do is give Bell a decent lead, because if he can see that he's got the wood on you, he is relentless and won't give up. The Dak attack. There's another man that won't give up. Here he comes on the inside. Bell on the outside over the stutter jumps. Dak on the inside. Sensational passing manoeuvre to take the bike number 1 into position number 1. Bell relegated back to second. Bell on the inside again. Dak on the outside. How will this pan out? Dak moves back on the inside using the berm to his full advantage and remains in first position. And what a titanic struggle these two have had, not only here at Penrith Park, not only last year in the Supercross Masters, but for the last 5 or 6 years, it really has been the Craig Dack, Glenn Bell show. Jeff Leask, of course, moving OS, the recently retired Jeff Leask, should I say, went OS over to the European 500cc World Championships. And the retirement of Stephen Gall certainly paved the way for these two guys who were young, and in all respect to them, now a mere veterans on the Supercross circuit. And who knows, these two guys, upon their retirement, will be paving the way for a guy like Ben Parise on bike number 4 that you just saw. Troy Doran, who's also in there on bike number 6. Stephen Andrew. There's a whole lot of lightning kids out there on the Supercross circuit at the moment. There he is, the Dak attack, bike number 1. As I said, recently picked up the contract, along with Stephen Andrew, be part of the first Peter Jackson Yamaha dealer team. Still riding in the Marlboro colours. There's Bell in second position, giving a little bit away to Dak. Parise has moved up to third. What a fine ride by the youngster. Another guy that gained plenty of experience in the United States from Ulladulla on Sydney's south coast. There's Bell yet again over the stutter jumps, and he is lightning. 1 lap to go for the Dak attack. Unfortunately, Eric Kehoe, our American visitor, had to pull out. As you'll remember, he won his first heat here tonight at Penrith Park. And with a bout of food poisoning, felt he was unable to continue. Thought if it wasn't 100%, it's not worth getting out there. You never know what can happen if the concentration slips. It only takes a second in motocross riding, and there'll be a million guys to tell you that, and the checkered flag will come out. Semi-final number 2 to Craig Dack, bike number 1. Glenn Bell, bike number 8, will take second. Benny Parise will take third. Troy Doran 4th. Now main man, the mushroom, Dale Britton, will come in a brilliant 5th position. 83, 15, 45, 301. And 110 will round out the field to qualify through to the main event. 4 laps. Event 9, 125 non-qualifier. Off and racing. Craig Holman, bike number 63, and Nick Sullivan were 2 very quick guys out of the gate. What a spectacle it is here. 360 degrees all round the circuit. There are fans here watching a great night's racing. What a complex it is too. The Penrith Park. I said earlier, usually the home to the Penrith Panthers rugby league team. They've come on in leaps and bounds over the years. Now Supercross has said, hey guys, give us one night during the year. Another sport that has been coming on in leaps and bounds as well. Well put together by Philip Christensen and all organised at Spokes Promotions, Spokes International. There's Craig Holman, the leader, Nick Sullivan in 79. I mentioned the track earlier, and congratulations to Trevor Brooks and his entourage, Michael Scott, Barry Cockle, Sean Tompkins, Clayton Chapman, Glenn Evans. There was a whole cast that came out here and worked tirelessly. The hot potato, Jeff Hicks, even picked up a shovel or two in a bid to get this motocross, or supercross should I say, off and running unhitched. Special guests here tonight. Wayne Gardner, Australia's very own 500cc ex-world champion, Didier de Rodriguez, who on the 500cc circuit will be riding for Suzuki this year. Ironic, I guess, both guys walked up onto the tabletop during introductions with plaster cast on their arms. The perils of motorcycle racing. There's Holman, the race leader. This video proudly brought to you by Carrick Video Productions. For all of your motorsport necessities, don't hesitate to give Carrick Video a call. Not only motorcycle racing, motor car speedway racing as the checkered flag drops. Craig Holman and Nick Sullivan 1 and 2 across the line. For weddings, any of your special occasions, it is Carrick Video who will serve you properly. Professional cameraman, editing equipment and tape quality that is second to none. As we round out event number 9, a look at the huge crowd here on hand at Penrith Park. Next event up is the second non-qualifier for the 125's ABC. 5 seconds remaining. We're in the starter's hands. Sigliano, Shane Weston. Should be the two to watch in this one. Racing down the back, straight away they go. All 125 boys trying to fight for a little bit of racing room. There's Weston on 39, Sigliano on 87. As the rest of the pack comes through. Certainly looks easy out there, doesn't it, sitting from my vantage point. Tell you what, they described it as the hardest physical sport in the world. Supercross racing. Sigliano trying to come to grips with a very difficult back straightaway. There's bike 39, Shane Weston, still the race leader aboard the Quacker. Sigliano there in second, not too much between first and second in this one. Bike number 84 back in third position. making a fist of it too. Let me add as Timmy Bishop aboard the Honda. Bike number 111. It's our fallen rider there. Brad Prince. There's Sigliano and Weston out there in the lead at the moment. Still it is Weston aboard the Kawasaki down there into the sharp left-hander, and here comes the challenge of Sigliano, it looks like. Coming on like clappers on the inside. A lot of elbow banging there going on between a few of the boys, and Sigliano moves through into first position. Weston remains in second. This only a 4-lap journey. Bike number 84 still holding down third position as Timmy Bishop. About half a racing lap remaining for Sigliano, the race leader. Started in fourth position, has made his way slowly up through the ranks. Challenged Weston there for a few laps for first, and that was the exact point of track where he did relegate Weston to second and transfer himself into first place. I'm quite sure he's very happy to be. Sigliano coming up to collect the checkered flag on bike number 87. Weston will take the second, and Timmy Bishop coming in third in event number 10. Next up on the line is event number 12, the 80cc 14 and 15-year-olds final. A duration of 5 laps. And a lot of Kawasaki's in this field, let me tell you. Often racing, all fairly even as they come out of the gates, and it is number 12, Ian Cunningham. Paul Grant on bike number 44 on the Suzuki, a constant hard charger in the junior ranks. Paul, it's not too long before you're going to be up there with the big boys either. Almost 16 years of age as young Paul Grant. Moving through into first, relegating Cunningham back to second. Jamie Hardman, Daniel Riley also in there, as is Jamie Greenwood, his lovely sister Tiffany. Melissa McMurray's also in there. Luke Sullivan. Matthew Potts and Sam Jones on bike number 40 in there as well. A lot of the little guys getting plenty of air. Keep in mind, everyone you see out there on the track at the moment is either 14 or 15 years of age. There's Paul Grant, the race leader, bike number 44. Cunningham still in second place. Grant spends quite a bit of his time out front, along with Anthony Gobert, has dominated the 14-15 class for the last year. There's Grant, high flying on the Suzuki. Number 12, Ian Cunningham in there in second. Jamie Hardman has moved up into third on the Kawasaki again. He's bike number 31. Richie Hardman also in there on bike number 23. So we've got 2 Hardmans, 2 Greenwoods. Very family look. About the 14-15 years junior 80cc final. Paul Grant is still the race leader. There he is, coming into picture now. Down the start straight, Ian Cunningham hot to shoot in second position. There's bike number 31, Jamie Hardman. He's in third position at the moment. A lot of catching up to do to get up with the front runners. There he is, the front runner, Paul Grant. There's Cunningham still in second, fighting for racing room, and is really going to have to pull something out of the bag. And something out of the bag has just happened. Paul Grant, along with a slower rider, has hit the deck. Expectively Grant is first back up onto the bike. And Cunningham back into the race leader. Not the way he would have liked it, but still he is leading the race nevertheless. And Paul Grant back up on the machine and remains in second position ahead of Jamie Cunningham in third. Paul Grant on the Suzuki. A few people have commented on what type of style Grant rides with and compares favourably with that of 125 East Coast champion on the United States of America, Mr. Guy Cooper, who also rides a Suzuki. The styles are very, very similar. This is bike number 12, Ian Cunningham chops in on the inside of a few of the slower riders. There's Grant. The checkered flag flies out. The final goes to Ian Cunningham on bike number 12. Paul Grant will take the second. Jamie Hardman will take the third. Daniel Riley and Jamie Greenwood. Let's go down trackside to speak to the three place getters.
Third place, a great ride. Congratulations, and please put your hands together, even you folks over the back, to Jamie Hardman. Jamie, well done on a very difficult track.
Oh, that's not too bad. It's a good track. But the road on and everything, that's pretty good.
Any sponsors on quite tell you like to thank?
Well, we haven't got many at this stage for this year, but I want to thank Korea, because they're coming home a good bit. And remember that, thanks.
Jamie Cunningham, Jamie Hardman, sorry folks. Second place, and this guy is really going to be a superstar. I've seen him up here many times. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Suzuki, Paul Grant. Congratulations, Paul. You brought Bang Bob and Mum and Dad along, did you?
Yeah, I just don't know what I'm going to do to win one of these. Every time I'm out of front, I seem to get hit one over Riley something. But anyway, I just like to thank my owners, Kira Douglas, done my tyres, Matt Colby, Suzuki Australia, Bob and motorcycles, and whoever built the track. They did a good job.
A man of very few words. And first place is a great ride. Please put your hands together, Ian Cunningham. Been well done, son.
Yeah, it's a good track. I want to take the ones who do it, and I'm doing a good job. And also like to thank our helmets, Spirit Goggles, Southwest Libraries, and a very special thanks to Calvin Piasowski and Midnight Racing Shells. And I want to say hi to Bob up there, the Kirsten, and Yanni. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boys, this is the future of Australian motocross. The first, second, EC6. Please make them welcome.
Up on the line now, the last chance qualifier. Event number 14, this is the 250cc boys. Ready to go racing. Quite a handy field with Alex Briggs, Michael Matthews, Matty Taylor, Steve Hunter, Chris Sutton, Chris Johnson, Dave Feeney, Dean Bird, Jason Briggs and Bent Linskog. Bike number 41. Sorry, up there with the leading bunch and doing nicely. There's Dean Bird, Ben Linskog, 58 in third, Ben Roebuck. Number 91, Michael Matthews making his way through. Five laps is the duration of this one. Dean Byrne out there leading nicely on bike number 10. Ben Linskog holding down second position thus far. Jason Briggs, Ben Roebuck, Johnny Ashby, and Alex Briggs along with Michael Matthews, Matthew Taylor and Stephen Hunter. All in quite a handy group there battling for some of the minor places. Keeping in mind only two riders transfer through to tonight's 20-lap Peter Jackson Supercross Masters final here at Penrith Park. The rest of the world has gone to sleep. It's black except here at Penrith Park in Sydney's outer west. Dean Burt getting plenty of air down the back straight away over the triple jumps. There he is again, Burt. Burt, a former Supercross Masters round winner at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. He's going back a few years now, 1987 I think it was. So he knows what Supercross racing is all about, what to do when you're out there in the lead. He is leading at the moment. With the slow riders making their way around a very difficult Penrith Park layout. Bird in picture again. Riding very confidently is Bird. Bike 66 coming into frame there. Slow riders. Ben Linskog still holding down second position this race. Back has a duration of 5 laps, and someone has hit the turf in a big way. Couldn't pick up the number on a quacker. The checkered flag drops, and Dean Burt, bike number 10, along with Ben Linskog, coming up now. Bike number 31 will transfer through to the 20-lapper. First reserve will be Jason Briggs and Ben Roebuck. Bike number 58 will be reserve number 2. That's it. The field for the final has been decided. The big 20-lap 250 final. Everyone finishing A-OK. In this one, even our fallen rider, I think it was bike number 24, Ralph Mamaliti, having a second look at things down there in the back straightaway. There he is, getting a bit of help from Sean Tompkins. Down there on the back straightaway, Mamaliti does not look too happy with the proceedings. This is event 15, the 80cc 12-13 years final. Duration, again, of 5 laps. Often racing. Craig Anderson will undoubtedly be the one to watch on bike number 63 in this one. Didn't get the best of starts. Danny Ham, Andrew McFarlane, Daniel Primer, Aaron Treble, Benny Jones, Cooper Millard are all guys to watch. All of them have a chance of winning this one. There's Young Ando on bike number 63, heading outside. Danny Ham in there in second at the moment on bike number 111. As Anderson moves through to the lead and will be very hard to challenge from here. A great young rider is Craig Anderson. Very quick and also very, very radical. Ham in there in second place. Bike number 32, Daniel Primer in there in third. Andrew McFarlane on bike number 3, the Kawasaki, currently in 4th position. There he is, Anderson, the race leader, aboard the Honda. 5 laps of racing. This final brought to you by Rentco. The semi-trailer rentals. Very grateful of our sponsors all out here at Penrith Park. Promotion, of course, brought to you by Spokes Promotions in association with Spokes International. We'd like to thank Peter Jackson for their participation throughout the whole series this year of the Peter Jackson Supercross Masters. 2WS, Rec Air Hire, Yokohama, Toyota Husky, Rentco, as well as Carrick Video. Moving up into third place now is Andrew McFarlane on bike 3 Primer. Relegated back to fourth position. Very hard to stop a hard charging Andrew McFarlane as he goes down the left-hander, heading up towards the stutter jumps. And the big tabletop, the young guys jump at one leap and head off down towards the back straightaway. Young Danny Ham on bike 1 looking very confident out there at the moment. No one seems to have the legs though to catch the race leader, Craig Anderson, aboard the CR80. A little Honda working overtime for Anderson. There's Primer bike number 32. Primer and McFarlane battling again for third position. Wait and see how this pans out. Last lap board. As one rider goes down, there is the wrecked machine. McFarlane still holding on to third, about half to three-quarter racing lap for Craig Anderson and Danny Ham remaining. There's young Ando out there in the lead. Bike number 63, Danny Ham, 1-1-1. Ham led it at the start, but Anderson came back, fought back well, and has remained in first place unchallenged ever since. Danny Ham, though, are very confident riders. One rider goes down, but the checkered flag will go out to Craig Anderson, bike number 63. And there's the style and radical part of Anderson I talked about earlier. Danny Ham will take the second. Bike number 3, Andrew McFarlane, feet off the pegs, will take the third. So it was Anderson, Ham and McFarlane, 1, 2 and 3 respectively in the 12-13 years final for the 80cc's. This is it, event 16, the 125 ABC grade final over 8 laps. What a race this should be, 8 laps of 125 action. Stewie Bennett, Ashkenazi and Kirkman, along with Bergen, are the first 4 out of the gates. And it is Suzuki, 1, 2 and 3 as they go into the middle section of the course. Bike number 30 in there as well. Adam Snedden coming back from a fall earlier on. Brad Woodison also up there on another Suzuki. One lap down, 7 to go. And it is Mark Kirkman, Stuart Bennett, Kim Ashkenazi, the 1, 2 and 3. Going down the back straightaway, all jumping the triples nicely. Bergen on the Yamaha, the lone white one up there at the front of the field. Action aplenty here at Penrith Park tonight. You've seen some great action, but the best is yet to come as Bergen goes down over the stutter jumps. All he can see and all he can hear are the yellow RM 125s and 3 of the best in the business on the 125 machines. Kirkman, Bennett and Ashkenazi. One rider down, there's one Suzuki there and it looked like a Kawasaki. They both look to be okay, getting back on their feet and ready to go racing. There goes Kirkman, there goes Ashkenazi into second, Bennett in third, and Bergen bridging the gap, currently in 4th position. Joshua Donald on bike number 23, also in there. As is Nigel Arnold on 26 at the moment. Bike number 50, one of the slower riders, letting a few of the guys go past. Michael Randall. Stewie Bennett almost head over heels there on the inside section of the track, and one rider down. It looks like Nigel Arnold on 25. Arnold doesn't look too well after that one, crawling to the side of the track. Looks to be winded somewhat. as the free race leaders come up over the tabletop. Bergen still in pursuit in 4th position, but Kirkman Ashkenazi really clearing out. And a great shot there by camera number 2 from the western stand of Kirkman and Ashkenazi, flooring it down the back straightaway, and the gap continues to close between these two hotshots of the 125 brigade. Kirkman on the outside, and here comes the Wild Child trying to look for some racing room, thwarted by some of the slower traffic unfortunately that time round. Ashkenazi on the outside, Kirkman on the inside. One rider almost jumps right into the TV set, and no, I haven't got the 3D glasses on. And the race leaders go past Ashkenazi on the inside, Kirkman on the outside together. They go over the triple jump down the back straightaway. Kirkman ducks back on the inside, says thank you very much, Kim, I'm going back to where I think I belong. First place is Mark Kirkman, second place Kim Ashkenazi, and distantly back in third is Stewie Bennett. All the action up front, and what action we have here for you at Penrith Park. Ashkenazi going to the inside again, and this time he gets past Kirkman. Beautiful stuff there by the Wild Child. 16-year-old Kim Ashkenazi leads Mark Kirkman, who in turn leads Stewie Bennett and Stan Bergen. And look at this again, almost together they go down the back straightaway. The slower traffic will tell tales here. It will separate the men from the boys. Ashkenazi on bike number 52, Dustlu Racing and Suzuki Australia, helping out Ashkenazi for the 1991 season. And there's Bennett and Bergen side by side down the stutters. This will be a test of character as they go down, up and down over the stutters. Ashkenazi still out there in the lead. Mark Kirkman in there in second position on bike number 14. And the crowd is enjoying this 125 action here. One other rider down. What a rate of attrition we have here at Penrith Park tonight. A few of the boys could have been out partying a little too long on New Year's Eve last night. Not Kim Ashkenazi. He would have been home in bed preparing himself for the big one here tonight. What a way to kick off the 1991 Supercross calendar than a win here at the Supercross Masters. And there it is. No hands for Kim Ashkenazi. Mark Kirkman will take the second. And who is it going to be for third out of Bergen and Bennett? Stan Bergen, bike number 13, comes in third. Stewie Bennett relegated to fourth. What a race. Ashkenazi first, Kirkman second, and Bergen third. You won't see better 125 action than what you have just seen here at Penrith Park. We'll let the guys catch their breath, and we'll be up trackside for a quick interview to first, second and third.
What do you reckon, fans? Was that a good 125 final or not? Sensational stuff. We move over here first. Got the one in the Yamaha up on the nose. Please put your hands together. Yet to do it the top way, Stan Bergen. Stan Bergen, well done. Great ride.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty hard out there, but it's good. And I just like to thank the sponsors, Yamaha, out by the Yamaha, Career Goals, Stewie Helmets, Maximum Lubricants, and all the rest of the things. Brisbane Tyres, thanks a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, third place, Stan Bergen, if I can grab the second place over here. And a great ride. He led it close away. Make him feel welcome. Here's a Mark Kirkman. Marcus, well done. I guess it'd be fair to say you gave me a bit of shot, you just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, I gave him a best shot. He was just too good. He rode really well. So did Stan, and so did the rest of the guys. The track was really good. So thanks to the sponsors, Suzuki Australia, Fred Rodney and Empire, Career Goggles, Arrow Helmets, Tactical Oils, Midnight Racing Clothing, and all you people come tonight. Thanks a lot.
Mark Kirkman, folks, he even thank you guys. How about that? And first place, This really does deserve one hell of an ovation. Ladies and gentlemen, the 16-year-old. They call him the Wild Child, Kim Ashkenazi.
Well, congratulations. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'd like to just congratulate the officers on the walks on the great track. All about coming out was great. Congratulate Mark and Sam on the great ride. My father also helped me out. These last few months he's really been played out trying to get these deals all on. I'm just glad to sort it out. My mum and my sister and my girlfriend for coming out. All my sponsors. 6 years ago, got some motorcycles. My new sponsor, Exo Clothing. Myself, Career Goals, Search Plastics, SK Exploration, Dalton Goals, Silver and everything. Thank you very much. And anyone else who forgot about that, you could have fitted in one race.
Folks, there your 3 place getters to the 125 final.
Okay, up on the line now, the Toyota Husky 125 Junior, 14 and 15 years final. Keep your eye on bike number 1 aboard the Kawasaki, Anthony Gobert. He will be the one to watch. I dare say he'll be first out of the gates. No, not quite. Almost up there, 23. Richie Hardman got the jump. Gobert and Paul Grant up there in second and third. As they go down over the triple jumps, plenty of 1-2-5s everywhere. And it is Anthony Gobert, the young wonder child, on bike number 1. Paul Grant, Jamie Hardman, Richie Hardman, Ian Cunningham and Shane Hunt, along with Adam Pimenko, all up there. And Matty Russo giving it all his best. They're all up there in the first 7 or 8. As Gobert leads. Their biggest mistake was letting Gobert get the start. They will find it extremely hard to catch, and Grant is doing his best here. Gobert and Grant swapping first and second, it seems, at will. Third place, it looked like Richie Hardman there on bike number 23, trying to come to terms with a few of the stutter jumps down there after the triples. Paul Grant, who's backing up from his ABCC ride. Fatigue will have to set in. Racing certainly does wear you out. As I said earlier, motocross, or supercross to be more precise, is regarded as the toughest physical sport in the world. It certainly looks easy from here. Once you get out on the track, it is a completely different ball game as Grant rockets himself over the triples at the back straight away as Gobert leaves a rooster tail going towards the infield. The 2 Hardmans and Ian Cunningham battling for third position. There's Gobert. Changed from Kawasaki to Honda briefly. But his first love, of course, was Kawasaki. He's back to that now. Shining brighter than ever. 1991 should be a big and interesting year for young Anthony Gobert. Secured a deal with the Kawasaki team. As well, Anthony Gobert in March 1991. He turned 16 years of age. Some say, so what? Others say it's time for the seniors for Gobert. At 16, the junior riders become seniors. And the talk in the pits is, oh dear, Gobert is 16. So that will be interesting. He'll make his first meeting at the Wavell Showground on March 23rd. 1991 as a senior. That will be round 4 of the Peter Jackson Supercross Masters. And there will be a lot of very interested people, myself included, looking at the form of Anthony Gobert on the 250s. You've seen what Kim Ashkenazi can do in the senior ranks. And Gobert will be right up there with him. 1 lap remaining. Coming down over the stutter jumps, trying to avoid some of the slower traffic. And Gobert on bike number 1 aboard the Kawasaki 125, coming up to collect the checkered flag, and a well-deserved win for young Anthony Gobert. High flying, skylarking perhaps at the end of the race. Paul Grant, 44 for his second of the night. Bike 23 coming in a very good third. Of course, Richie Hardman, followed by Ian Cunningham and Jamie Hardman. Okay, time for the big one. 20 laps of mayhem. Event number 18 on the program. Coming up next, the 20-lap Peter Jackson Supercross Masters Final. The eyes of the Tiger. Craig Dak Attack Dak. Kim Ashkenazi, bike 52. Next to him is Stephen Maguire on bike number 7. Dale Britton on bike number 5 in there. Talk about determination, it's written on Ashkenazi's face. There's Maguire, bike number 7, ready for a big one to start off the 1991 season. The fast man, Eddie Warren, looking composed before the big one. Missed out on the 125 class tonight. He wants to concentrate, put all his energy into the 250. The mushroom, Dale Britton, along with former rider Greg Scott. Dean Burt, who had to come through the last chance qualifier, ready for a big one. Next to him, Stan Bergen. 19 riders ready to contest the 20-lap final. Glenn Bell also in there, Troy Doran, Benny Parise, Mark Kirkman, Bergen, Bennett, Burt, Tony Elliott, Paul Davies, Ben Linskog, Paul Roman, keep your eye on him on 21. Jason Love and Greg Timmons all in there. The bikes are getting ready. And what a race this should be. They all want it, not just because the Supercross Masters is the most prestigious, but to kick off the 1991 season. Often racing everyone out evenly, and Craig Dak got a good jump there. Eddie Warren, the first out of the bunch on the Kawasaki. Stewie Bennett, Ashkenazi, Mark Kirkman are all up there. Glenn Bell got a great start, but it is fast Eddie Warren leading the pack as they go onto the middle section of the track. There he is, the Motown Magician. Bike number 6, Troy Doran, Craig Dak, Dale Britton, Glenn Bell also in there. Bell, a bit of an injury hit here, under an injury cloud from a race meeting only a few weeks ago. He'll give it his 100%, though you can guarantee that. Dak is up into second position already. Doran relegated to third, Britton into fourth, and now Dak is out after Warren. Warren rockets down the back straightaway. These guys are getting plenty of air. 20 feet high, they're going down the back straightaway over the big triple jump. There's Warren on the infield, looking cool, calm and collected. Doesn't want to put everything into the first few laps. He knows this is the 20-lapper, and there is plenty more racing and plenty more opportunities to come. Craig Dak, on the other hand, wants to get this over and done with ASAP as he sets bike number 1, the former champion. He sets the Yamaha out after the Kawasaki of Warren. Dak digging in deep on that berm, losing a little bit of traction. Warren on the Kawasaki, a much smoother line. Dak has to pass Warren. That's the basics of it. So Dak has to try the untested. He has to do whatever he thinks he can do and when. So Eddie Warren in the driver's seat at the moment. There's the Dak attack over the studders. Going down to the left hand of Warren, up high. Hitting the tabletop now. Clears it nicely, Dak in second. Doran still in third position. Britton in fourth. The Dak attack sitting 10 metres back behind Eddie Warren, perhaps waiting for the mistake or just regrouping, regathering himself. And he'll try back in a lap or two to try and pass the guy they call the Magician. Here comes Dak, who is exceptional over the stutter jumps, the fastest guy here tonight over the stutter jumps. Kehoe dropped out of the meeting now. That is a shame because it would have been a great confrontation. Warren, Dak, Kehoe, Bell. Camera 2 again picks them up going down the back straightaway. Warren and Dak in a class of their own here at Penrith Park. Glenn Bell starting to make inroads on Dale Britton, who currently lies in fourth position. There's Bell. There's 7, Maguire too. Britton's also in there. There's the race leader, Fast Eddie Warren. Bike number E, Craig Dack, in there in second. Warren and Dack, they have built up quite a nice lead over the rest of the pack. Doran still sitting in there in third. There he is now. And Doran in turn has built up nicely. Bell and Britton going at it. Bell moves up into fourth position. What a manoeuvre by the Sydney side of Britton, of course, originally from WA. Dack and Warren. Here comes Dack down the inside. Could this be it? The crowd is going nuts and Dack moves into the lead on bike number 1. A standing ovation for the Dack attack as they go up over the Peter Jackson tabletop. Down the starting straight, and Dack is the new race leader. Warren on the inside, almost together they'll go down over the triple jump. This is 250cc racing at its best. Craig Dack, new race leader. Eddie Warren relegated back to second. Glenn Bell charging up onto Troy Doran's tail in a battle for third. The crowd again lets Craig Dack know who they're behind as he comes down the main straightaway yet again on bike number 1. Up over the tabletop, Eddie Warren still in second position. There's Doran, there's Bell, there's Britton and Maguire. Rounding out the top 6 at the moment, Ashkenazi, Police and Kirkman. Titanic battle back in the pack, and there's Doran on bike number 6. And Bell is closing, no matter what you say. Glenn Bell just keeps getting better and better. Dale Britton on bike number 5, right on Bell's hammer. And Stephen Maguire, currently in 6th position, also in there. And look at the Dack attack, slowly starting to pull away from Fast Eddie Warren. Craig Dack won the last round of the Supercross Masters in 1990 at the Sydney Entertainment Centre and went on to take out the series and head the Aussie Brigade in Sacramento, California, in the United States of America. The Supercross Masters is now the Peter Jackson Supercross Masters. Craig Dack now races for the Peter Jackson Yamaha dealer team. Craig Dack looks as though he's going to start the 1991 season off as he ended last year. In first position, Eddie Warren still battling away in second. Warren too was under a fitness cloud as bike number 301 exits the track. That'll be his race for the night. Doran and Bell, and this is where it's going to be interesting because if Bell can get ahead of Doran, he certainly will charge at Fast Eddie. I don't know if anyone's going to pass Dack. If Dack can manage to stay aboard the 250 machine, they're going to find it very, very difficult. Over the stutter jumps goes the Dack attack, and here comes Doran and Bell. What a speedy little group this is. Bell on the inside of Doran to move up into third position. Bell and Doran side by side down the main straightaway, and Bell gets the best of things. Doran relegated back to fourth, Britton to fifth, and Maguire to sixth. And there's Warren still in second place. On the Kawasaki, Bell of course has moved up into third. Craig Dack, there he is, your race leader. He's built up a nice lead over the fast man. Importantly, he's got a few slower bikes between himself and Warren. And there's Glenn Bell, that's moved up into third position, doing it for Honda Racing Australia again this year. Unfortunately, without the services of team manager Mark Luskic. There's Dack down the back straightaway yet again, looking beautiful, precision riding. There's Doran, who's been relegated now back to fifth position, courtesy of Dale Britton on bike number 5, the best from the west, Dale Britton. There's Craig Dack yet again over the stutter jumps, coming up to pass some slower traffic. And he does look good out there at the moment, no signs of fatigue. Steady as the Rock of Gibraltar Dack is at the moment on bike number 1. Down the back straightaway he goes, the pan down the back straightaway. Into the sharp left-hander. And Craig Dack doing things nicely. Slower traffic, no problems there for Dack. Bike number 1. still in the Marlborough colours, now racing for Peter Jackson. The track, as you can see, starting to become a little bit groovy, tearing up a bit, but hey, that can be expected after 20 laps, a final and a full night's racing here at Penrith Park. The crowd has been woed with fireworks. The presence of Didier de Rodriguez and Wayne Gardner, the 500cc champions. The racing has been sensational. What more could have they asked for? There's Warren going down the back straightaway. Confident still in second position. The race leader Dak again coming down the infield over the stutter jumps. A nice lead he's built up, and still very, very confident. Warren crossing the Peter Jackson finish line there. And there's Dak. 2 straights ahead. Oh, getting a bit off course there on the middle section of the track. Trying to calm down for Dak. If he has a look round, you'll notice Warren is nowhere to be seen. There he is now. He can afford to let off the gas a little bit. Relax and take his time in what he's doing. There he is up over the tabletop. Still a handful of laps remaining, but Dak has not lost anything, it seems, throughout the race. The fit as a fiddle, as the term goes, is Craig Dak. Australia's premier motocross, supercross rider is Craig Dak. There's Stuart Bennett, bike 27, who's been lapped. Now that's a surprise because Bennett's usually up there with the best of them. Eddie Warren still remains in second position. Bike number 8, Glenn Bell aboard the CR250. The Honda working well for Bell here. Didn't get the best of jumps and had to come back through the field. I think he was 7th or 8th at one time. Moved up through the competition, such as Doran, Britton, Maguire and Ashkenazi, and has moved up nicely to 3rd. There's Warren still sitting in 2nd position. Not much he can do at the moment as Dak makes his way up over the Peter Jackson tabletop. There's Warren now. Dak right in front of the camera. Sensational shot there by Carrick Video. Dak on the infield. In the sharp right-hander. A few little jumps, another right-hander, and this is where Dak excels. If we can follow him down the straight over the stutters. Beautifully poised, well balanced over the stutter jumps. And what a role model is Craig Dak. Beautiful rider to watch. He comes down the back straightaway yet again. Watch the Dak attack, high flying, right foot off the pegs. Lifting that back wheel up. Back to the tabletop and a few of the slower riders. There's Dak yet again. The inside section of the track, and all eyes are on the Dak attack. A few of the riders that have pulled out due to either mechanical or physical problems have their eyes focused on Craig Dak. 1 lap to go for Craig Dak, and the crowd again going nuts here at Penrith. Dak taking things nice and easy, past Eddie Warren in 2nd position. There he goes, flying down the back straightaway. The Dak attack, Mr. Craig Dak. Won Australia's most prestigious Supercross series last year, the Supercross Masters. And starting off on a great note here tonight at Penrith. 1 more straight to go for Craig Dak. Did it the hard way. Through the left-hander over a little set of doubles, another set. And up to the finish line, Craig Dack lifts the hands off the bars to take Penrith Park, round 1 of the Supercross Masters. Eddie Warren to receive the double checker from Graham Stewart to finish a beautiful second. And Glenn Bell, bike number 8, crosses the finish line under an injury cloud for a great third position, mind you. Dale Britton will come in 4th, Troy Doran 5th, Steve Maguire 6th, Kim Ashkenazi, Ben Parise, Mark Kirkman and Stan Bergen. The Dack attack, yep, you're tired. He certainly is. Glenn Bell. Payne over there on Craig's right. There's fast Eddie Warren. Eddie's ready to go another 10 laps. Jeff Hicks giving instructions down there. There they are, Craig Dack, Eddie Warren and Glenn Bell. 1, 2 and 3 in round number 1 of the Peter Jackson Supercross Masters. Let's go trackside for official presentations.
Good stuff. One guy that had to come through the pack to get up to 3rd. And I really can't let him catch his breath here. Put your hands together, Glenn Bell! We'll keep it short and sweet, but congratulations, great ride.
Yeah, thanks a lot. These guys had it all over me, and I've got a bit of an injury. I hurt me back and crossed over, but I went out there and tried to ride the best I could. But as I said, these guys had to have me, and that's the way racing goes. I'd really like to thank Honda Racing Australia, Silverline Lubricants, Yokohama Tyres, Nippon Denso Spark Plugs, all Steve Cramer's products, Answer, gear, all-in shocks, hopefully
You're going to get any more drives in the
narrow
sprint?
helmets. Thanks very much.
Just
Glenn Bell, congratulations. Second place, and he led it for a while, fast, Eddie Warren. Congratulations, fast man. You had it there for a while, but he was just too strong, too quick.
Yeah, Craig rode really well tonight. I got a good start, and I rode my own race, and I didn't crash, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah, Glenn and I took a big tumble last week, so we're both coming off injuries, but, you know, Craig came here prepared, and he won, and that's the way it goes.
Sponsors, I'm quite sure you'd like to thank us. Had a good night.
Yeah, well, I got a new sponsor out of Goulburn, Clary Cunningham, Goulburn Kawasaki, I thank him. Regina Chains, Cinesol, Alpine Star Boots, Scott Goggles, I think that about covers it.
Congratulations, Ed. Well, just getting away over here. And third place, no one can take this away from him. The Dack attack, Mr. Craig Dack. Congratulations, son. Great ride. And going into the first corner there, mate, you're about 8 or 9, so you really did do it tough.
Well, yeah, I was very fortunate to get through early as I did. I took a couple of risks, which you've got to do if you get a bad start, and they worked out for me. They could have went either way, but fortunately for me, they went good. Eddie set a pretty hot pace early there. I knew I had to make a move early because I thought I would tire towards the end. I've had it through all week. And fortunately, it just got me through, and I mean, the pace is fairly fast, and yeah, it's good to get going. Thank you.
Happy with the bike at the moment and the big season plan for 91?
Yeah, well, the colours change next time around at Newcastle for the second round of this series in a fortnight's time. So I think the bikes will be painted up in Peter Jackson colours, which is our new sponsor for this year. We couldn't get it all organised for this meeting, however, for the one at Newcastle in a couple of weeks, they'll be all pretty blue and yellow and red. Say Peter Jackson.
You're looking the part for an old bloke like yourself. Congratulations, Zaka. And congratulations to Eddie and Glenn, folks, the 3 place getters in tonight's Peter Jackson Supercross Masters Final.
Well, that's it. My name's Andy Raymond, signing off on behalf of Courage Video. We hope you'll join us again when we go supercrossing around Australia.